I went to ask out a cute boy in the wild. I went up to this guy. He was like, hey, my name is Ryan. I was like, that's so funny. My name is Rylin. We have like the same name. And he was like, no, we don't. And then he put his drink on the table and he left the bar. So another L has been taken, my friends.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at the dating crisis of women in their 40s. Who would have known that it would be difficult as a woman to date in your 40s? It's almost like men have been saying that the whole damn time. Don't forget to drop a comment, don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and let's jump into it.
I don't know what it is about men, but I don't like them. I really don't like them. I can't stand them. They annoy the out of me. I can't stand talking to them. I don't want to be in the same room as them. Like if I'm annoyed, I need to go. Like I can't do it. It is hard enough doing it on the phone. I can't imagine trying to go out and date in person. I don't like men. I want to like them. Okay. I love men. I'd like to love them. I can't stand them. They're annoying.
That is honestly a lot of hate to be carrying towards an entire group of people that she barely even knows, but I can't really say I'm surprised.
They are the most annoying things ever. Before anybody tells me, oh, you're dating too young or they're immature, like, okay, I'm talking to guys that are older, that have jobs. Like, why are men nowadays so overly sexual? And like no game, zero game. They don't know how to talk. Like they talk like they're in high school still. Like we're grown. I see why women are switching teams, because it's bad. Like this is bad. I can't do it.
How can you say that you're mature and then also claim that you hate all men at the same time? I personally don't think it's possible, but again, these people are fantastic at cognitive dissonance.
It's like talking to a 3-year-old, talking to some of these men. Before any guys get in my comments, like, give me a chance. Go away. Leave me alone, okay? Just, no. This is not your chance to, no. Just don't. Yeah, I don't like men. I can't stand them. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Ew.
This is the type of woman who will date another woman just to spite men who couldn't care less, and then of course she'll go on afterwards to complain about how terrible women are when she decided to do that only to spite men. You see what I'm saying?
Is it a deal breaker if you and a guy live like minimum 30 minutes from each other? He asks you on a first date and he sets the date in the area that he lives in. Like, and he knows where you live, he knows the area, but he chooses like a bar or a restaurant or something that's like closer to him. Is it a deal breaker? Are you asking him to change the location? Are you going anyways? Do you not care? Yeah, what are you doing?
If she's complaining about having to drive 30 minutes away, then she clearly isn't interested. Women who are interested will drive for like 3+ hours. It really is that simple.
What's your thoughts on actually meeting someone out and about in person if they just cold approached you on the streets?
This is hard. I feel like it's a lost art, but also whenever somebody does it to me, I tend to immediately shut it down. I wish people met each other organically more often, but whenever it starts to happen to me, I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm good.
Why do you think that it is?
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you.
Has that happened to you in New York City?
Yes. I also think it always happens when I'm like occupied with something, like I'm working or I'm reading or I'm not just like sitting down. So I'm always like, would rather be doing what I'm doing than to be talking to this person that I don't know.
If he approaches, he gets shut down, but if he doesn't approach, he gets blamed. Men can't win, and that's the simple reason why they just stopped altogether. It's not because they're scared, it's not because they're intimidated, it's because it's a complete waste of time, and you get roasted either way.
Why is it normalized for grown-ass men to hang out with children in New York? It's strange. I just saw a video in here with a 20-year-old girl, looks like a baby, hanging out with like a 38-year-old man. No one in the comments is calling this out. Actually, everyone just thinks they're cute. Because in New York, it's normalized for older men to hang out with fetuses for fun and to make themselves look cool. I don't know. But what's strange is the people in this video knew each other probably since childhood.
If she's in her 20s, she's not a child. She's an adult woman who is free to make her own choices.
Like these old men will see these girls in their school uniforms, and then the minute they turn 17, 18, 19, they're like, let's go to the club together. Come on, hang out with me and all my 40-year-old friends. Do you guys not see what's weird about that? This shouldn't be normalized. This shouldn't be something we see all the time. Young children hanging out with grown adult men that they have nothing in common with. The sad thing is a lot of these girls look at these grown men and idolize them because they have something they didn't. It's like they have the social circle. They have the net worth because they networked, because they were alive longer than you.
This is offensive and quite insulting. The vast majority of men aren't predators, as she's implying.
But then they take these young adolescent women, girls, and put them into a scene filled with adults, which is going to do a few things. Number one, they're going to grow up way too fast. Number two, they're at risk for being SA'd, drugged, whatever else. And I'm not going to lie to you, more times than not, those things actually happen, because when grown men see a young child, they know that she can be manipulated. They don't think to themselves, wow, she's so cool. Because that's something like when you put yourself into perspective when you are the young girl, you think, wow, they want to hang out with me. No, babe, they want to take advantage of you. If you are below 24 years old, you have no business of hanging out with anyone that's 30 or above. Please, please know this. They don't respect you. They don't like you. And the only reason they're around you is because they're trying to you.
She has no business talking about what happens between two consenting adults.
Because men want younger women. If a man is 40, there is no way he is looking for a 40-year-old.
Right.
There's no way.
But at 40, do women even want to go with a 40-year-old man? The 40-year-old women want to go with a 50-year-old man, do they not?
I'd say most of my friends who've got divorced and who've kind of had relationships, it's either they've tried very hard to have a relationship and they're all very attractive. They're just older.
Right.
They're just in their 50s, the 40s, whatever. They're just not in their 30s. They've tried to have relationships with men of their age. Kind of hard. Yeah. Can they have sex with their own? Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Easy.
It's not a hot take that men prefer younger women. It's quite literally biology, and it's been that way for a very long time. I always find it funny when older women will divorce their husbands and then they'll go back out to the dating market and then nobody will want them because their husband was there because he loved her. But then these women try and go and get love from Chad, and then, biology just smacks them in the face. It's absolutely hilarious.
I'm here to remind men that giving compliments to women is just not enough anymore.
And here that used to be just the bare minimum to give a woman a compliment. But, in my opinion, I think we can blame social media for a lot of women just not even being able to hear compliments anymore because they receive so many of them from random strangers that they just don't even matter anymore.
Much like everything else, compliments have to be earned. Men are not giving them out freely anymore. A lot of these women will just try and farm compliments or attention or validation, but men have just simply said, I'm not going to give them validation anymore.
I went to the gas station, and this man was like, you're so beautiful. And I just looked at him like, and I just kept on going.
See what I mean?
So I come back out, trying to pump my gas, and he's waiting for me. And he's like, did you hear me? I said, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, well, if you think I'm so beautiful, then why didn't you pay for my gas? And let me tell you, I got my gas paid.
Sadly, that really does seem to be what some women are expecting now. One could go so far as to say that they are expecting what a person could call wife treatment from a guy that they haven't even become properly acquainted with, just so that he can get her attention. And sadly, this seems to be pushed by a lot of women on social media. But ironically, some of those very same women are the ones that are wondering to themselves, why are there so many guys out there that seem to have such an aversion to dating?
What she did wasn't a flex at all. She just proved that she was transactional, which is unattractive to men.
I'd like to know why, when men get older, they just get more refined and sexier with their grey hair and just look better. And us women are struggling to keep it all tight and nipped. I've just been in for my checkup for my Morpheus 8, and, it's looking good and everything, but £800 it cost, and it was so fucking painful. Yet men are just growing older and looking great. Why? That's just not fair.
A woman's youth is her best asset, especially when it comes to dating and marriage and that sort of thing. Too many women take that for granted, and then they try and get married or have kids when they're 35 and they struggle, and, they can't understand why it's so difficult for them.
It is hard going out there at an older age.
I think there's a fantasy that comes along with that. Like you're saying, I see people that are on their second and their third marriage. But
they're happy.
It's real. I think it's really hard. I mean, I haven't been out there for a long time, but I remember I was so happy to be out there, but it was really hard because also as you get to be at this stage in life, you're pretty set in your ways and what you like, what you don't like. And so is that person sitting across the table. Right. So to find
someone that checks the boxes
for each other, I think it's really hard. And
it's hard.
That's just another reason why older men don't want women who are the same age as them.
I'm going on 28 dates in the month of February. I'm 31. I'm very single. I live in New York City. My biggest problem is that I literally always put it on the back burner and I just want to make it a priority. And so I think this challenge is a fun way to do it. Plus, New York is so fun to date in. The rule is 28 dates, but there can be certain days where I go on multiple dates and it doesn't necessarily have to be 28 different men, although maybe it's going to be. Already on Hinge and Bumble, but I'm also going to look into getting into a talent pool for a high-end matchmaker and maybe make eye contact with cute men on the street. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, and I'm also asking my friends to set me up if they know anyone, but like I also don't want to apply too much pressure on that one.
28 dates in 28 days is a terrible idea and will do nothing to solve her singleness problem. I tell you what, guys, if a man goes out there on a date and he realizes that the woman has been on 10 dates in 10 days before him, he's probably not going to be damn interested at all.
Happy Thursday, all. I'm now in search of a husband. Single life sucks. Single everything sucks, other than like, you know, getting to do whatever I want, whenever I want, which apparently I just don't have the energy to actually do anything anymore because I'm so busy doing all the things that my partner would help me do if I had one, and I don't have one. I think people are like meant to have a pair. Like you're meant to have a person, because how the hell do you work like 60 hours a week, you know, take care of yourself, look after your house, look after your kids, look after your dog, stay fed, do groceries and all those kinds of things by yourself? There's not enough time. There's not enough time. So logistically speaking, I need a husband. Yeah. And one preferably that will do all the yard work, because I don't want to do it. Wasting my entire day off.
She's not looking for a husband. What she's looking for is a personal assistant or something like that she doesn't actually have to pay.
I don't understand y'all men these days on these dating apps and stuff. I mean, I've been single for like 10 years now. I don't know, and dating is hard. I'm 50 years old. I look terrible right now, by the way, sorry. But I just don't understand the men, and maybe it happens with women too. I don't know, I can't tell you because I'm not on that team. But it's just not the same as it used to be.
It's not the same because men aren't interested in her anymore. It really is that simple.
You come across these men and they claim they want relationships, but all they want to do is text, never ask you out. I don't know. It's just like weird these days. Or they do say they want to meet up with you and then you just don't hear from them again. Like, what is up with you dudes? I don't understand. Explain it to me. I don't get it.
Those are the only men that are available to her. The men that she wants don't want her back, and this is the story of most modern day women.
So all of my friends that I've talked to from back home have been like, oh my gosh, Taylor, I bet you met like so many guys. Like, I bet you're meeting the hottest guys. And I'm like, look, yeah, I mean, they're there. They are truly hotter. But no, I've never been ghosted more times in my life than I have by talking to some of these guys here. You know how they say like Midwest 10, California 6? No, I'm literally a Midwest 10, an Australian 2. But you know what? I'm always up for a good challenge. But seriously though, wish me luck. It is rough out here.
Those high expectations and standards are exactly what's going to keep her alone, and so many of these women will insist that they don't have high expectations or standards, but that's because, you know, the men that they're attracted to, they don't have any expectations or standards for, but all the other average guys, well, you know, you have to be making six plus figures or, you know, 6 feet or whatever, and all this other nonsense.
I've discovered the dating pool for women who are 40 and up. You ready? Here it is. Here's the pool.
Well, yeah, but I gotta ask, just what the hell did you expect? Y'all made it clear that you're only willing to date perfect guys. You know, the guys who are 6 feet tall with 6-figure incomes and 6-pack abs. Not to mention the 6-inch you-know-what. And since there's only about 10,000 of them in the entire United States, half of whom, by the way, are already married or locked up, and another portion who happen to be gay, the pool that's left is pretty shallow.
Most of these women should feel lucky if they talk long enough to get to the ghosting stage. I don't think many men these days can actually tolerate listening to these women speak for very long.
And the few that are left aren't interested in dating some broke 40-year-old woman who's hit the wall and is making her toxicity so obvious, even Stevie Wonder can't miss it. Not to mention the fact y'all offer nothing, literally nothing of benefit in return to any man, let alone the perfect ones. And on top of that, if you're alone at 40, you've already proven that your word, your commitment, is even shallower than the dating pool you just showed.
The men that these women want have a lot of options. They can go anywhere and get a bunch of DMs and, farm the dating applications and all that. It's a harsh truth these women refuse to accept. And the truth is that these men have, no incentive to actually pick these women.
Enjoy your freedom, ladies. Go be strong and independent. Be the boss bitches you all think you are. It's what you wanted anyway, right? I mean, you're the ones who told men to leave you alone. So why are you even worrying about the size of the dating pool?
They're the ones who demanded this world. They have no right to complain about it.
I've been humbled. The dating apps have officially humbled me. You see there's 20 new people interested in you. You're excited to open up the app. The characters that I see. Now listen, I'm not delusional. I know I'm not 20 years old. I know looks-wise, I don't think I'm a 10. I don't think I'm a 9. I don't think I'm I'm not, I know what I'm bringing to the table, which, I have self-respect.
If you say, I know what I bring to the table, then you are beyond delusional and men know it.
I'm not a loser. I'm not the girl you wake up next to and have to gnaw your arm off. I get that. These guys, the confidence. I'm not saying, but they think we're matches. You have no teeth. Why don't you have teeth? I deserve better than that.
She hasn't been humbled in the slightest. If anything, she's become even more full of herself, which I didn't even think was possible.
I'm 38 years old. I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house. Only 2 of them are mine. But it's another Christmas that is about to come and go where my relationship status is the same. And it's crazy because if you had asked me 10 years ago if I would be single at 38, I would have been like, absolutely not. And if I am, then just me now,
She could have had a relationship at any time in her life. She obviously chose to be single, much like most of these women, guys. They'll complain about being hopelessly single or having no boyfriend. But let's use our common sense here, okay? Many women could have a relationship if they actually wanted one, and they didn't spend this time, wasting it and chasing chads and so on.
I have such a complicated relationship with this time of year. I really do, because I have a complicated relationship with being single. There's a part of me that really values my life and my time to myself and my independence. And then there's a part of me that feels really embarrassed about admitting that I want to be in a relationship. And I think a big part of that is it makes me feel like maybe I'm being needy or I'm being clingy and all these I don't know what it is, but it's almost embarrassing. It is. I feel embarrassed to be 38 and single and never married.
There is no excuse for that. If she's single at 38, she only has herself to blame. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Many of these women complain when they're 35, 38, pushing 40, whatever, that they're still single, even though they had the ability this entire damn time to find a man, to get married, to have children, all of that.
I also think a part of me feels forgotten by God or the universe because I feel like I've done so much internal work on myself. And yet I feel like I can't seem to attract my person into my life. And even saying all of this out loud feels really cringy, which is why I'm making myself say it out loud and admit it. Because I'm sure that there's other people that feel the same way.
Blaming God and the universe for being single is actually so insanely childish. It's damn funny to watch these women try and do it.
But it makes me, I have a really hard time not wondering what is wrong with me. And I have to stop myself from going down that spiral because it can get very dark when I start to think of the reality is, at my age, I may never have children at this point, and that makes me really sad. And there is a reality in which I don't ever find somebody, and that makes me really sad. And so the tension this year for me is allowing myself to have those wants, but then also allowing myself to embrace that maybe I am enough for myself. So I guess I'm just sharing this for other people out there who may be single and having the same thoughts and feelings this holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. You're not alone.
The ship has already sailed when it comes to children. That is not in the cards for her. Again, too little, too late. Make sure you click on one of the videos on screen now to watch more if you liked today's video. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.